Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Airline UK Freakouts on Arthur TV. First up, we're back at Luton Airport where the new communal check-in system is causing confusion. Passengers can now check in at any desk for any destination and announcements are made when a flight is due to close. Despite queuing for almost an hour, Robert Keiter, Nicholas Simonucci and Emily Parasol failed to hear the last calls for the Nice flight.
You said it's closed now, it's too late.
It is closed, sir, but we will transfer you onto the next available flight.
It's not helping me. Give me next flight.
10 to 5. Not half
I left the office
okay?
half a day. Was
Not
waiting
half
for 1 hour
then.
then.
Okay, so look, I will try and help you.
Why you didn't one flight per where?
Because that's
Why?
checking.
You have all flights all there.
Yes.
This is organization. You
Sir,
see?
sir, if you're going to continue swearing at me, I'm not going to deal with you anymore, sir. Okay, mind your language and calm down.
My mother in the hospital, okay?
I understand that.
If I don't... No.
Who is waiting for 45 minutes in the queue, and then we arrived on the counter and said, oh, Nice, it's closed.
It was not right. I am sure.
It's unbelievable. Why they changed it? Before it's Nice, Barcelona, every destination separated. Now it's all destination. You arrive, you don't know. You couldn't ask because there is a queue. If you try to ask, the people, oh, hang on, please, the queue is there. And then you wait like a donkey for 5 minutes and then it's closed.
We cannot accept passengers right up until the last minute of the flight, otherwise the flight will never get away.
It's your problem. I pass 1 hour in your queue.
Okay.
If there is a place in the next flight, they will give me the next flight. If not, maybe tomorrow. It's unbelievable.
With the fog at Luton having recently cleared, it's been an expensive morning for EasyJet. Delays have set the company back around £250,000. Now with the fog gone, some flights have been brought forward, causing more delicious chaos for us to feast on.
He told me to come here. I mean, she said she doesn't know how to do it.
Which flight are you on? The 019 or the 017?
Over at Departure Gate 21, there is a breakdown in communications.
Arrivals and international 24
We always check the public board, but no message, you know. We have been waiting 6 hours here, and we came here, but you said just a flare left. What do you mean?
We are waiting for 6 hours and we didn't recognize any flight.
Any
information board.
I'm afraid the Inverness flight has gone. It left about half an hour ago.
No. We have no information. You know, we have always checked the board.
By 20 minutes we check the board.
But your information is just 6:20 anytime.
Can we just move a little bit away?
The Inamoto family's flight was originally delayed for 6 hours, but it took off after 4. And to be fair to them, the idea of EasyJet bringing forward some flights to make up for delayed ones is pretty ridiculous, even if it is just being brought to an earlier but still delayed time. It's literally a sketch from Come Fly With Me, where the only people on board were the pilot, the co-pilot and the cabin crew.
Gate 1B, then I came here quickly. But your colleague said already left. What mean?
We can't believe it. Unbelievable.
Fingers crossed. We can move you on to tomorrow,
And you prepare for the hotel?
and we'll put you up in a hotel.
Hotel and transformation from here to the hotel to the airport?
I think so.
Yeah, that's no problem. That's no problem.
And could you confirm our seat for tomorrow's flight?
We wanted to take a flight from here to Inverness, and they asked us to watch the information board carefully, and they will give us whole information on the board. But there's nothing been changed, and we couldn't hear any announcement in the main terminal. I never choose EasyJet. No more EasyJet.
The new £40 million terminal has recently opened at Luton Airport, but not everyone is impressed, including another one of these middle-class passengers that, despite flying on a budget airline, are still inexplicably entitled.
I've been sitting down in the cafe watching for hours, and it just said check-in open, no sign of boarding, please can you get me on it?
You checked in on it, though, didn't you?
No!
Yeah, you've checked in on it.
Yeah, but I can't get onto it now, can I?
No, well, looks like they've offloaded again because you're not in the system anymore.
But why didn't they put boarding up? I've been standing there looking at the screen for half an hour.
The word she's trying to pronounce here is hour, but just to clarify, here's a little clip to help you translate for those of you who haven't been on a gap year.
That really reminds me of this time on my gap year. Yeah, I was in South America, in Para. No, Para, darling, Para. Peru. Oh yeah, Para, yeah. Wonderful country, you know, beautiful people, yeah.
I told you to go straight through to domestic departures.
But you said look at the screen. You said, I thought that was domestic departures.
I said look at the screen. I said go straight through to departures.
But I thought that was domestic. I didn't.
The last one to check in.
I was here at 12 o'clock. I thought that was domestic departures. I didn't know where it was. I've never been here before. I just sat there looking at the thing, thinking, oh, it must be delayed. Please get me onto it.
I can't get onto it now. That's gone.
I just don't believe it, but why didn't they put boarding on it? Oh my God. I've got a business meeting in Glasgow.
Susie Watson is opening her own art gallery in Notting Hill, and in just 2 hours, she's due to meet some new promising artists in Glasgow.
It must still be on the runway.
They've already offloaded you off the seat because they've removed
please try and get me onto it. Please.
Get you onto this flight.
Please try and get me onto it.
Can't get you onto this flight.
But why not? They must be out there still.
As far as I'm aware, this aircraft's actually gone.
Well, shall I go through and see?
You won't be able to get through to departures now.
But it's your fault because it wasn't on the screen.
I don't know why it wasn't actually on the screen through there, but when you checked in, I told you to go through to domestic departures.
But I thought that was domestic. I didn't know where domestic departures was. I thought you meant just the lounge where you wait and watch your boarding thing, like you do in any other airport. Please just give me the thing back, so at least I've got evidence that I had it.
Departures have removed you from the system.
I know,
but this now because it's.
But you haven't listed it. I've already got it. I've just given it back to you.
Okay, I would have asked you it back straight away anyway.
But you didn't know where I was. I don't know what to do. It just didn't come up. I've been sitting there watching it for half an hour. He doesn't give a damn.
Back at the check-in desk, despite arriving in plenty of time at Luton Airport, Robert, Nicholas and Emily have missed the Nice flight, and the news is about to get even worse.
Fortunately, the next flight I've got to Nice isn't until 7:10 tomorrow morning now.
They're going to need somewhere to sleep for the night.
You must pay the diner and the hotel because it's not because we arrive 1 hour, okay. 1 hour, okay, 1 hour because your organization is 0.
Manager Sam Jones is keeping calm.
Where we sleep? Here. You sleep here.
I want to switch.
And your smile, when you say me, it's not problem. I think it's a bad organization of the airport because in Nice you have one TV for one flight, no all the TV for all flight. Okay, and I think it's a big fault of the airport.
We don't actually provide hotel accommodation for passengers that miss flights.
I commute with them every week since 3 years. But when you miss the flight, you are like a dog. They don't speak with you. Yeah, okay, you missed it, tomorrow.
They were a bit upset, to say the least. I have to deal with that sort of situation most days, to be honest. There's always someone that's going to be upset.
In other words, she couldn't care less. Where's St. Leo when you need him?
C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Thank you very much, cheers.
When passengers are late, I don't mind roasting them for it, but to show up on time with an hour to go and be too late for boarding due to huge queues, I think EasyJet have to share some of the blame here. Over at check-in, Susie has tried to find a more sympathetic ear, but instead of someone like St. Leo, she's met the legend that is Jane Bolton.
You didn't go through to departures, no?
No, because I didn't know that I thought that's where you waited and looked at the screen to find out what gate you were.
No, because I was actually sitting with him when he told you to go straight through to departures. You have to go right through, because you have to go through passport control and everything.
I didn't know that.
The next
why would
flight
I
now,
not go? You know,
well,
I thought
it's up to you.
But I promise you, I had a really urgent
but
meeting.
obviously we can't board you from a coffee shop, so.
No, but I sat there looking at the screen, waiting for it to say.
Yeah, we did actually say to you needed to go straight through to domestic departures.
Well, I didn't know where that was.
That's neither here nor there now. You didn't go, so.
But I didn't know where that was.
Well,
he just said
you're not there and the flight's gone. So what we've got to do now is all my flights to Glasgow are fully booked.
But what happened was the screen didn't say that it was boarding.
It won't do because this is check-in. You have to go through to departures where it'll tell you where it's boarding. Right, let me see what I can do for you.
I mean, all I wanted to do was get on the plane. I promise you.
Yeah, but I mean, we can't get you on that now because it's already been up in the air for nearly an hour.
But I do think they ought to say to you, look, you have to go right through to departures.
I was sitting when he did say to you have to go through to domestic departures and upstairs.
What that was. How do I know?
With all due respect, that says Bewley's Coffee Shop, not domestic departures.
Jane is the queen of brutal honesty. That's almost as iconic as this famous line.
You're supposed to make it easy. It says easy.
It is easy if you get here on time before the check-in closes.
You hang above it.
This big arrow there saying departures. You just have to keep following the arrow to departures, and then everybody when you go
I would
to
have
departures
gone if I'd
in the
understood.
airport.
What I'm saying is you really ought to make sure people do understand fully, because that screen up
With
there...
all due respect, 138 passengers got on that flight this morning that haven't been here before either. So, I mean, apart from walk everybody else through and tell you where it is, there's not a lot else we can do.
Well, I agree. I'm incredibly thick.
Admits it, admits it.
So, well, I'm not saying that at all.
But, you know, there was a board, and it did mention the Glasgow flight, and it kept going over, so I just assumed it was wasn't boarding
unfortunately not, no. So now, I'm just trying to find out if I've got anybody else on standby, because obviously we need to get you to Glasgow. We can always change to one coming back to tomorrow morning if you want. I would think so, yeah, I would think so.
Susie has finally accepted that the plane has gone. She'll now go on standby for the next Glasgow flight.
Well, she's on standby. Couldn't tell you, depends if everyone turns up or not. But a coffee shop does not look like departures, I'm sorry.
Missing a flight is just one of the worst things that can ever happen to you. You know, it can be really seriously awful for people, and so I think they ought to really care that they do try and get people on flights. And I also think they ought to put it out once on a tannoy. If somebody's missing, when they've already checked into the airport, they must know something's gone wrong, because they wouldn't be sitting there, you know, for the sake of it.
Thank goodness for online check-in, hey. That is unfortunately all we have time for today, so as always, I'll leave the links to my Instagram and Twitter down below, and if I'm not yet at my follow limit, I'll follow you guys back. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already, because there are plenty more airline freakouts to come. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.